of course, unity is important not just now, but always, and indeed ensuring that people's rights and equality of opportunities are respected is always a fundamental concern. And I think that your question is based on a misunderstanding. There is no such thing as a vaccine passport being proposed by the European Union. What we are proposing is a certificate that simply specifies what is your health status when it comes to the pandemic. And it is whether you have been vaccinated, that is one of the options, but also whether you have taken a test or whether you are immune after having had, having suffered, the virus. So we are absolutely not limiting the certificate to those who have been vaccinated. That's the first thing. And then the second thing is that our proposal, I will remind you, pertains to facilitating travel inside the European Union based on these three criteria. So I think that we have taken those considerations into account in devising our proposal, and therefore this proposal basically guarantees that people always have the possibility of traveling across the European Union. We discussed this really at length yesterday, and I would really ask you to go back to all the questions that we answered yesterday on this. You will find all the answers to your questions on where we stand. Just let me remind you that we are now in a phase of political trilogue, so discussions between the Parliament and the Council, and at the technical level we are in a pilot phase with the aim of the capacity for member states to connect the certificates, their own certificates, to the system as of the 1st of June, if I remember well.
The first thing I would like to stress here that our objective has never changed. Our objective was the same several months ago, and it's still the same now. This objective is that we want the company AstraZeneca to deliver the doses that we believe are entitled to on the basis of the advanced purchase agreement. Vaccinations are ongoing. Member states need the vaccines, and this is the purpose of our actions. These actions are translated into two specific legal proceedings. There was already the proceeding you're aware about of the emergency injunction. In the context of this proceeding, what we asked the judge was to acknowledge the urgency of the situation, the fact that there is a need to have these vaccines. It's important to have these vaccines quickly. In the context of this emergency procedure, we asked the court to acknowledge this urgency and to indeed ensure that we receive delivery of vaccines. The second procedure has the same objective. The second procedure is again about ensuring that we receive the doses we are entitled to, but the second case is a case on which judges the merits, on the substance of the case, where the objective is to check whether there has been a violation of the advanced purchase agreement. As you know, we as a Commission, we believe that AstraZeneca has indeed not respected the terms and conditions of the advanced purchase agreement, and in the context of this process, we ask the court to follow us in our reasoning. I would like to correct what you said in the sense that you refer to financial compensation. We are not here to request financial compensation. We are, as I've said from the beginning, here to claim the delivery of doses. And in order to do that, we request the judge to order the company to do the delivery of doses, and this can happen with the imposing penalties, for instance, the objective of which is to make sure that the deliveries are actually delivered. But the objective is not to obtain money or to launch some kind of punitive action. The objective is to obtain doses, and that has been the objective from the beginning and continues to be our objective in this case. Thank you.
Thank you, Stefan. Other questions on these issues? Patricia.
Eric, sorry. I wanted to ask a question about the COVID certificate, the COVID digital certificate, and in particular, I wanted to ask how did it go, the launch of the technical experimentation which took place yesterday, I think. If you have details on this. Thank you.
Thank you. Johannes.
you, Patricia. So indeed, we started yesterday the piloting, the dry run. It takes place over 2 weeks with 19 countries. And it's like always 2 to 3 countries a day. So each test is about half a day. But I cannot now comment every day on how it went yesterday and today. So I think we will gather some experience and maybe then debrief in the next days how the first phase went. I think that makes a little bit more sense. But let me say that the member states and our teams are fully mobilized, and everybody's very committed in this phase. And it's great to see so much interest in this dry run. As I said, 90 member states participating this week and next.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm not sure I will be able to give much further information on this. You know that we have supported the use of antigen tests, including through joint procurement and so on. As far as the use of the antigen test is concerned in the context of the certificate, I believe this is part of the discussions that are ongoing. But of course, the rapid antigen tests are tests which are important in the context of the better monitoring of the state of play of the vaccine. But in the context of the certificate, I believe that discussions are ongoing on its use. Thank you.
Thank you.
The first thing to stress here is that we do not want to turn the press room into a courtroom. So the arguments, the claims that will be developed in the context of the courtroom, these court proceedings are open to the public, so you are free to follow what will be discussed, argued and claimed in that context. What we insist on is the delivery of a sufficient number of doses. We believe that the company has not respected the terms and obligations of the contract, which is a violation which we ask the courts to recognize as such. In any case, in the context of the emergency procedures, we have claimed indeed that we want the court to order the company to deliver 90 million additional doses in addition to the 30 million already delivered in the first quarter. But again, we consider that there is a violation of the terms and conditions of the contract, and we expect the company to live up to its contractual arrangements. Thank you.